Last night, 7:30 reported allegations that apprentices are being ripped off by privately run training schemes that have moved in on a market once dominated by traditional TAFE colleges. As a result of that story, there's now an investigation underway, and 7:30 has received dozens of emails suggesting dodgy training schemes are rife across the country. Caro Meldrum-Hanna reports.
It could be the biggest crisis in education that this country has ever seen. The demise of traditional trade schools or TAFEs and the rise of private training companies.
Millions, absolutely. Millions and millions of dollars will have been wasted on no training, effectively. A lot of people just fleecing the system.
In respect of some private providers, we've got very serious concerns that the training that's being provided is really of what we'd call a tick and flick nature.
The auditing system is simply a paper trail, and it's really easy to fabricate a paper trail.
We'll screw them together first, Daniel.
Across Australia, hundreds of young apprentices say they are being ripped off and left unemployable with a worthless qualification. Last night, 7:30's investigation focused on this company, Bendigo-based private training provider Skilled Training Victoria. It says it provides affordable and quick apprenticeships in building and construction, but 7:30 was told that on-site training consisted of little more than a series of staged photo shoots designed to give the appearance of training, in order to secure more and more government funding.
It's not really training, it's just it's more like a scam.
The hours that are on the paperwork, they were not correct hours.
But they were passed off as being correct?
They were signed off, yeah.
I understand that private RTOs, have to make money, so to speak, but the shortcuts they were taking were, unbelievable.
It's bullshit. It's like when you joke around and say, where'd you get your licence from? A Wheaties box. Except you didn't even get breakfast out of this one.
7:30 can now confirm that Skilled Training Victoria is being investigated by the state regulator, the Victorian Registration and Qualifications Authority.
I was shocked at the nature of the allegations. We're very concerned if any apprentice or any member of the public is put at risk through poor quality training, and as a result we've commenced an immediate investigation.
Skilled Training Victoria is just one of more than 5,000 private training providers that have opened up across Australia in the past decade. It's a booming and lucrative market. And the allegations of inadequate training aren't isolated to just one company.
A bricklaying student here yesterday, in fact, who got his qualification at a private RTO. He's got a Certificate 3 in bricklaying, but he can't lay a brick. He actually came here looking to retrain. The trouble is, we can't re-enrol him because he's already got a Certificate 3 in bricklaying. So that's a tragedy for him. He's used his share of the government funding to pay for a qualification, but he hasn't learnt anything.
7:30 has learnt of similar accusations against another leading private vocational training provider, Trade Institute of Victoria. Its website describes the training it provides as special. But John Chalice, a former trainer with the company, says it's anything but.
When I walked in, one of the first things I thought, you have got to be one of the most disorganised organisations I've ever worked for. That'll cover quite a number of units, but it's staged.
Chalice says he was asked to stage photos of apprentices completing modules of practical work, so that the company could then bill the government for what appeared to be legitimate training.
Once again, there was no guidance except just get the evidence. Even if you've got to get a photo that's been, staged, etc. I don't care. Just get the evidence, and we want it done quick because it's money to us.
Yesterday, Trade Institute of Victoria terminated Chalice's employment contract.
And I've questioned, would If I was still working for them, would I have spoken up? And I think the answer would be yes, I would have. For me to tick off someone that's competent when clearly they are not, that totally goes against my morals and the grain of things.
Trade Institute of Victoria rejected our requests for an interview. 730 continues to be inundated with nationwide claims that rorting and misappropriation of government funding is rife across almost all vocational training sectors. The question is, when will governments put a stop to it?
In years to come, the government are going to say, we've skilled our workforce, we've got all this in place, but these people will be out working in the workforce with no idea on what they're doing.
We're going to end up with an unskilled workforce, which makes it dangerous not only for the people that work with them, but also public. I mean, you'll have houses falling down because they don't know what they're doing.
And please get in touch with us if you've had a similar experience with any of those training schemes.